Hello, I'm Patricia Longmire. I own Patricia Longmire Photography. I have over 20 years experience, and I just going to tell you a little bit about myself. When I started photography, I was in high school. I did it from the yearbook and all of that. I didn't know exactly what I was going to major in when I graduated, so I decided to go to Western Kentucky University, and I majored in photojournalism. And what a great experience that was. I went there in the mid-'80s, and I had a professor that took me under his wing, and we just really had a lot of fun about learning about photography and what it takes to be a good photojournalist. And then I graduated in the early 90s, but before I did that, I had 3 internships, one in Albuquerque, New Mexico, then I had another one in Ogden, Utah, and then I had another one in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. And through that experience, I did numerous types of jobs. Working for the newspaper, you get to cover sports. You also get to cover a lot of various news things that go on throughout that town and area. And I truly got to do some really cool things. With that experience, you have an average of 2 to 4 assignments a day, and you get to go out, like I said, to different areas of the town. So you get to learn the towns and the people within that town. I moved to New Mexico and fell in love with the area and fell in love with the people and the cultures and such. And then with that said, I moved back home and did work for a local newspaper in Elizabethtown. And then I started freelancing after that job in Louisville. I freelanced for Associated Press, the Courier Journal, the Herald Leader, all sorts of different organizations. I even did a couple of jobs for the New York Times, that type of thing. I got to cover U.S. presidents when they came to town, various dignitaries, the Dalai Lama, all sorts of fun things. But also I got to experience the poorest of the poor and so on. And through those experiences, I learned a lot about people, human nature, that type of thing. Now, when I had my oldest daughter, she's now 16, I was still doing some journalism, but I was thinking about doing more weddings. I always did a few weddings for friends and such, but I really wanted to make weddings a business because I felt like that it is so important to tell the story of the weddings. So what I did was I started doing more weddings. I learned a lot through that process, and with that said, I had more of a set schedule to be home with my child and all of that. So again, she's 16, so I had started Lakeview Photography, and then what I ended up doing was doing more portraiture with high school seniors, with families, with children. I truly enjoy it all. I really like the fact of being able to document people's lives in different stages in their lives. The weddings have become more of a larger business for me, business venture, I should say. And what I really like about that is that storytelling ability. You know, I look back at my wedding photos and I kind of joke around. My kids look at them and they're like, wow, Mom, you look a lot younger, and Dad, wow, you do too. And so it really is important for the children to know about that day. So with that said, I try to look at it from, a 20 years ahead of the wedding kind of experience, someone to look back and say, oh yes, I remember that happening. That way it's good for the children, the grandchildren on down the road to look at these albums and such and say, wow, Mom, wow, Dad, and it's a fun experience. Anyway, with that said, I have covered numerous weddings and done numerous photo shoots, various corporations, local celebrities, that type of thing. But I truly enjoy what I do because I get to document life.